Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Last night the fucking internet was fucking around, man. Holy shit, I could not for the life of me watch Accel World episode 4. Before I get into this episode review of Accel World episode 4 review, I had a little conversation with King of Lightning last night. Just mentioning it before I get into this review. Gave me props, gave me shout outs for me. I appreciate it, so on and so forth. Okay, into the review. Okay, this episode was called Declaration. Now, this was a fucked up episode. And when I mean fucked up, I mean like to the point where you have to say, why? Like, why? Okay, basically, beginning the episode, we have where we left off with Haruyuki. He's checking, if I can say this girl's name ain't Chiyuri. He's checking Chiyuri's, files, with the whole, connecting, linking up. So he linked up with her, and he's checking her files, and he finds that there's a back door. But he doesn't want to do anything with it, like erase it or anything, because he thinks somebody's watching him. Later on, we know who's responsible for doing that. Anyway, moving right along, he closes the window and so on and so forth. And then, he does what he has to do. And she says something to him like, don't be, Kuriyuki Hime's slave. Come and be her boyfriend. Everyone would be surprised, He'd be like, so on and so forth in that regard. And when he's about to leave, he says, stay here. My mom's not here. And he's like, oh my god, like they're gonna have sex or something. No, it was all a dream. So, moving right along, we get into school. He's going to school with Kuriyuki Hime. And Haru tells her, where he was, he was direct linking with her in her bedroom. And then all of a sudden, you notice, like, she's all of a sudden moving a little bit faster. She leaves. Like, it seems like she's obviously jealous of the situation. Now, moving right along, he's in school, and he's in the bathroom, and he's, like, pissed off. Well, this actually happened before then. Before then, he has a conversation with these two girls, who I think are far part of the newspaper club, or I think they're the people who do the gossip in the school. And they're questioning him about Kuriyuki Hime and everything. And it's like, she doesn't see me like that, she doesn't, so and so forth, And he feels inadequate. Because why me? He's fat. He's short. He's like a loser to a degree. And he's thinking, why me? Why me? And then what ends on happening is, after school, he bumps into her and they have a conversation. And he says, oh, I know you treat me like your pawn. Just use me. I don't mind it, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying, oh, I know you hate me. You hate yourself. And all this stuff going on about it. And she just screams at him, baka, 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 which means idiot, constantly. And before that, she smacks him. So obviously she loves him, and that's not the case. And just before they were ready to make up for the situation, a car comes out of nowhere on collision to them, and what ends on happening is they go into burst link. And she basically says that, to him that, it's probably, the person that the burst linker that's after her, which I apologize, I don't remember the burst linker's name. I forgot the guy's name, but there's a certain burst, I think it began with a letter C. Signer? I forgot the name of it. But anyway, she's basically telling him that I'm here to protect you. That's what she's telling him. That's what Kuriyuki Hime is telling him. And that's no. And he's crying in his pig form. He's a pig. And he's crying and everything. And she says she's going to use It's the level not for people on the level 9 plateau of the game. They're able to do this move, which is, I believe she called a full body burst, Link. Full body. It basically, your real body is completely energized, and you're able to move during accelerated time. Because the whole premise is, when you go into accelerated time, you turn into your avatar. But what she was able to do is she was able to use this full body technique, this full body burst, Link, to move her actual body, and she was able to push Haruyuki out of the way. And when she did that, the car came in, it ended, and she got hurt, and she went to the hospital. And she's like, he's in shock, Haruyuki, and he goes to the hospital, and he's crying, and he's really stressed out about it. We also see a scene with Chiyuri, and she's like, Haru. I'm like, that girl, to be honest with you, you want my opinion about her? She's a bitch. She's a bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. And I'll tell you why she's a bitch once I tell you the rest of what's happened in this show, this episode. So, he's waiting basically in the waiting room, and he decides not to leave because he's thinking to himself, he's going in burst Link, and he's thinking, he tells the nurse, is her Link still on? He says, yes, it's hooked up to the hospital net. And he realizes he can't leave. Because if he leaves, the guy that's after her, the burst linker that's after her, will show up eventually. So he waits, and he waits, and he waits until morning. Until everyone else is allowed to visit again to the hospital. And he waits, and he's waiting for somebody to come in, because he's standing right in front of the door to the emergency room where she is. So he's waiting, and eventually someone shows up. His best friend, Taku. I had a feeling something was up with this guy. This guy smelled like douchebag Among Us. He was a douchebag. I just smelt it like, why am I? And he's walking in, and you know what he wants to do. So then that's when Taku realizes that it is him. He's the one targeting her, and he challenges him, and that's it. And he's questioning why is this happening? Why is Taku after her? Was the whole point. So that's more or less how it ends. The only thing I have to say, and I blame Haru. No, not Haru. His friend, Chiyuri, and this Taku guy. They're not friends. They're not friends. He's a son of a bitch. If I was Haru, after watching this episode, if I was Haru, I would do this. I would kill him. I'm not joking around here. He's my friend? No, he's not my friend. He's a cock-sucking piece of shit. Cock-sucking piece of shit. And I think Chiyuri, I think she knew. She knew about Taku. About that he was, he was a burst linker too. But that's how it ended. I'm giving this one 3.5 out of 5. Next week, I'm probably going to hide it in the 4s. Make it go higher. Rate it a little bit higher. But this was a great episode. We'll have to see where this goes. I think I know what's going to happen. Taku's going to beat him and punch him a few times, because he deserves it. If he beats him, and then when the battle's over, Haru should just bust his face up. Just bust it up. In the hospital. I don't give a shit. Bust it up and say, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Or something like that. But I think what actually will happen is he'll defeat him. Taku will lose. I keep mixing those up. Haru will beat Taku. And then, we'll see where it goes from there. And I'm looking, and this guy is a douchebag. this Taku, he's a douchebag. I look at him and I say, that's what a douchebag looks like. He's just like, you know what he's like? He's like another fucking Sasuke. Betrays his friend. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. You and your stupid girlfriend. Why don't you go and blow each other? And leave Haru alone. They're not friends. I'm sorry. Those are my number one opinion about this show. So far, Taku and Chihiro, fuck them. Fuck them. That's what I say. Fuck them. They're just like, but they are traitors to Haruki. But anyway, that's the review. What did you guys think about episode 4 of Accel Worlds? Want to hear what you guys think? Gotta say? Comments below. You know the story. Guys, go check out King of Lightning. Go check out that guy. He's the best. See you guys later.